What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man, Theo Butler. And yes, we are here. We are continuing Karama Horns, Protectors of Wakanda. The section we will be covering tonight will be honor. We're going to wait till folks pull on up in here and everything like that. We're going to make it do what it's going to do. We ain't going to get started until we got two. Because if we got two, we got a crew. And then we can make it do what it's going to do. Yeah, make it do what it's going to do up in here. Wait a little bit. See who all going to pull up in a little bit. Trying something different a little bit. Who all up in here? Let me see. Who all? Got them notifications on. We gonna check something real quick. We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. We got the live going on. It ain't necessarily a given though. Who up in the building? Who up in the building? We see we got one person up in the building. We need one more. We need one more to get it started. We need one more to get it started. We up in here. I think y'all gonna like what we got going on tonight too. I ain't gonna lie, I read it and I was like, well, damn. Is this what we got going on in regards to the Dora Milaje? This really what it's looking like? I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to share it. I can't wait to share it. We gonna take a look. We're gonna make sure we got what we need for everybody. We don't want to leave anybody out. We don't want to do that. No, we don't want to do that. I don't want nobody saying, Theo, you started the show without us. You didn't let us know what was going on. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did let y'all know what was going on. I did. I tried anyway. I tried. We gonna see what we got going on here. We are live. We got one person watching. All right. The honor of Wakanda. So I see it. I see it. It is listed and everything like that. So folks can check it out. It's not hiding from anybody. It's not. It is. I got my book on right here and everything like that. I do. Before we begin, though, I do want one person that's here and everything like that. Make sure if you could hit the like button and everything like that. But we are in here. We're gonna make it do what it's gonna do. We in here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. And since we got three, yeah, that's enough for it to be what it's gonna be. It is. So we start off with the Kanwada Life by Mr. Zola, founder of the Dora Milaje Training Center, former Dora's King's Guard. It is an honor to live one's life as a Dora Milaje, to walk with purpose. There's purpose in all we do, from the clothes we wear and our ritual tattoos to the manner in which we conduct ourselves and train. All Dora must conduct themselves with honor and pride for yourself and for Wakanda. Thus, one's appearance and the care taken with your attire and state of your living quarters are as vital as how you treat your fellow sisters. A Kamwada must have honor and purpose, for without it, they are not a Dora. Upanga campus. When I first established the Dora Milaje training facility at Upanga, it was only one building where we trained, practiced, slept, and ate. I'm proud to say that today, the Upanga campus includes hot and cold practice rooms, an infirmary, a dining hall, as well as access to the necropolis, Lake Nyanza, and the Echo Chamber Cave. There are also apartments for the Iyadora, and of course the Dora Milaje Armory, Command Center, and hangar where the bikes, jetpacks, and the Wakandan Quinjets and the Midnight Angels dagger are maintained. This is why everyone just says Upanga, the city, is small and the campus is huge, per Asira. All Kenwada lived together in Upanga for all 4 years in the Dora Milaje housing. There are bunk beds in the bedrooms and 3 bedrooms per floor. Each bathroom is equipped with a styling area and standing sinks for washing your hair. First year initiates will not need these. In addition, there is one dining area in each building and a central dining area and multiple training rooms for use. Hey there, Grand Madam. What's going on? I see you. The following is an outline of the main areas you will frequent on the campus, as well as the proper attire all Kenwada must wear. However, we do encourage freedom of expression within the living quarters as long as your modifications do not interfere with your fellow sisters' regimen. I do not believe Narima followed this rule when she attempted to build an aviary in her room, per Tila. No one would have known if you hadn't opened the door when I was feeding the birds, per Narima. Code of conduct. As with the entire facility, all younger Dora must respect their elder Doras. And it's up to all more senior initiates to take their responsibility seriously. All older residents are responsible for their younger Kenwada. If one Kenwada is disciplined, all of the sisters on the floor will be disciplined as a unit. Where one wins, we all win. When we lose, we all suffer that loss. We are your family now, and you must approach all conflict resolution as sisters, not strangers or classmates. For conflicts that cannot be resolved between sisters, an elder Dora, hey there, Grand Madam, must petition the Iya for a council. General Okoye is on this council. Do not make them call her, per Anika, for Bass' sake, especially if she is in the field, per Ayo. Practice rooms. Only third-year initiates are allowed in the arsenal, as well as the hot rooms where practice weapons take place. Where weapons practice takes place. Only those third-year Kenwada cleared for weapons training may enter. Unauthorized observations are not allowed during live ordnance or spar training sessions. Remote observations can be made safely via Kamoyo or the observation deck. What's going on, Kamoyo King? What's going on? What's going on? Kenwada attire. All initiates are given sets of attire to wear, different outfits for various purposes and ceremonies. The attire one wears shifts based on your level of training. This way, every Wakandan knows what level of Dora they are engaging with. Note, special designs will be made for initiates whose heads and or bodies must stay covered for religious reasons. Types of initiate attire. Combat training. All white pants and blouse with a gray sash. This is most common, but the color of the base layer varies by year. In your first year, most of your time is spent in white cotton clothing, but we are more conscious of our surroundings when we wear white so as to keep it clean. We don't just sit anywhere. We don't talk while eating, and we think before we enter spaces or engage with another. Per Sarah, I'm so glad I didn't have to go through wearing whites for a year. Ritual slash ceremonial. All white with a purple cape. These are not your training clothes, but rather a formal pair of white pants and a blouse, accented with a cape. Again, all white to strengthen your awareness of your surroundings. When dealing with inclement weather, while we typically train indoors, waterproof capes are to be used for ceremonies that require your presence outdoors. First year, all white with gray sash and purple capes. Second year, light blue with red sash and purple capes. Third year, royal blue with red sash and purple capes. Fourth year, black with red sash and purple capes. The hood comes in handy when you forget your jelly, per Nika. Graduation day. White and purple graduates will be given a special blue, indigo, or basato wrap at the ceremony. Ore, hair cutting ceremony. Every Kenwada must undergo an ore, or blessing of the head ceremony. This occurs at the Wall of Knowledge after divination, where an acolyte of the goddess Baz has accepted the initiate to begin her training. During this ceremony, special herbs are applied to the head by a priest. For the herbs to be appropriately applied, the hair must be cut. All first-year Kenwada will keep their hair cut short. First years must also keep their heads covered when outside the Upanga grounds. Don't tell them everything. That's part of the fun, per Tila. After completing the first year, you may grow your hair out if you wish. And if for religious reasons your hair or face must stay covered in public, you will receive a jeli, burqua, or other head wrap for your needs. In addition, you may wear your hair in any fashion you wish, as long as it does not impede your training. However, hair dyeing is prohibited because certain dyes conflict with the vibranium compounds in our suits. Be warned, everything on your person, including your own hair, may be used against you in combat. It's best to get and keep it cut, per Io. Alama or Ritual Tattoos by Dora Tila, captain of the Midnight Angels, munitions team leader. I cannot tell you precisely what each of the daughter's tattoos mean because it is not a story for me to tell. The Dora tattoo ritual is sacred, but what I can tell you is that you will receive your first one after you complete your first year of training, then another after you have been introduced to the practice, and more as you rise in rank. In the West, I believe often the military wear their achievements on their clothing or display their medals in their homes. We Dora Milaje wear our achievement on ourselves. But it's more sacred because not all our markings can be seen. Some of us wear our tattoos on our faces, others on our backs, others for religious reasons have tattoos inked onto a piece of clothing that touches the skin. There is vibranium in our ink, so I am told, though I've never seen it made. I do know my first umvambo was during my ore ceremony, and I saw my grandmother who had not been with us for many years. That is all I can say. It is a beautiful ritual, but do yourself a favor. Don't ask about it. If a daughter decides to tell you the story of her tattoo, then know she considers you a very close friend. I wasn't going to keep going, but we here now. Where we at? 14 minutes? All right, cool. The Goals of Your Training by Mistress Dora Nabami, acting head of the Dora Milaje Training Academy, former Dora combat specialist. While here at the Dora Milaje Training Academy, You will be instructed for physical, mental, and spiritual aptitude on a variety of levels. Every year, Kenwada are evaluated on their skills in order to advance to the next level and gain their colors. Thus, by the end of the fourth year, not only are the initiates accustomed to the training regimen, but they are well practiced in the Dora Milaje testing methods. You see what we got here? What's going on, Shallow Joe? Shaolin Joe, Shaolin Joe. Or make sure I get questions if they are being asked. Do not look upon your testing as an assessment of what is lacking. Instead, look at the critiques your elders bestow upon you as their faith in your potential. Like the fish eagle, who can see great distances, your inner daughter can see a future in you that you cannot see yet. Trust in their guidance. The following outlines what will be required of you in your assessments. Oh, the African fish eagle is my favorite, per Neela. Kenwada, year 1. First year physical training. This will start with a physical fitness test to set goals and see where you rank among the other Kenwada. You will then be trained extensively in martial arts and weaponry in at least 4 styles. By the end of your first year, you should have identified your chosen style or styles. You will be tested both offensively and defensively in short range, mid range, and long range weapons, as well as hand-to-hand combat. Based on your level of skill, it will be determined what your curriculum will be for the second year. First year mental training and languages. All mental assessments begin in the dark room to evaluate stress levels. Then a curriculum will be devised for you to help you overcome those fears, including but not limited to fear training, guided meditation, and sonic therapy. If PTSD, ADHD, or another type of neurodivergence is detected, herbs will be prescribed to help manage the imbalance. As part of our mental acuity, all daughter must learn a minimum of 7 languages. You may choose which 7 from the following mandatory list of languages. We encourage you to learn as many of the elective languages as possible, as they are languages of the Batatu, or lost ones, across the African diaspora. The mandatory languages include Wakandan, Xhosa, Hausa, Arabic, Yoruba, English, Igbo, Mandarin, Swahili, and Korean. What's going on, Big Chad? What's going on? The elective languages include Cantonese, Hebrew, Japanese, Twi, French, Farsi, Spanish, Amharic, and Portuguese. First year spiritual and herb training. First year spiritual training sometimes goes hand in hand with your meditation and mental training. In your first year, you will learn the basics of vibranium mystic work with a member of the Wakandan Vibranium Institute. Here, you will work with the ore in a variety of forms. You will also learn the basics of herbalism, identifying plants in nature that are safe to eat and to make medicines with spell casting, as well as working with small amounts of shadow particles. At the end of this year, you will be evaluated on herbs and tinctures, identifying safe and poisonous plants and the forms of vibranium. If this sounds like science, you would be right. Vibranium has the ability to respond to intent, or at least the vibranium we work with does. Per Neela. Kenwada year 2. The second year responsibility includes orientation and evaluation of first year initiates with the Iya daughter present. Second year physical training. You will now train specifically in areas that have been chosen for you based on your first year training. Chosen for you based on your first year training. You will also begin munitions training. We do not work with guns often, but it's important that when we do, you know how to use them safely. A member of the Dora Milaje will instruct you at the armory. The end of the year assessment will include multiple attacks, chemical weapons, and munitions work. Second year mental assessment and languages. You will move on to intermediate conversational language study. Let me read that again. You will move on to intermediate conversational language study. You will also add translation to this level. Active translation shows a complete understanding of a language and its nuances. This is also the year that your fear training levels up. The purpose of this training is not to torture you, but rather to train you to survive it. You will also begin your meta-human combat training with some of the students at the Wakanda School for Alternative Studies. We usually start with the telepaths because mind control is the most difficult combat control to break. Translation is invaluable. For intelligence, we pose as interpreters all the time at diplomatic events, a huge source of intel. This is per Myra. This is the kind of research to be done on each character in Black Panther. That way, mistakes in characterizations could not happen. Who's in Jobu? We're still trying to figure that out. Thank you, Grand Madam. Thank you. Second year, spiritual and herb training. When working with herbs and tinctures, you will now move from the healing end of the spectrum to working with weaponized dosages in their poisonous forms. Being able to detect them using your Kimoyo is vital for both your protection as well as protecting the royal family. Also, your work with Mimic 27 starts this year. You should already be thinking about which branch of the Dora Milaje you would like to apprentice with in your third year. Camwada year 3. The third year responsibilities include training of first year initiates and evaluation of first and second year students under supervision of the Iya daughter, in addition to an apprenticeship. Third year physical training. This year, you will continue your martial arts, munitions, hand-to-hand combat, and weapons training. But you will also begin flight training on board the helicarrier, as well as wingsuit jumping. This will include high altitude jumping from the helicarrier. Y'all know why I keep saying that, right? Helicarrier. What's the name of it? This will also include high altitude jumping from the helicarrier a few knots out to sea using a winged suit to fly to land safely. You will have an experienced daughter with you for the jump. It is one of your year-end tests. So they got helicarriers in Wakanda. And they use them in their third year of training. And they got flight packs. And they train using them jumping out of the helicarrier at sea. And we know we got Lake Nyanza in Wakanda. Well, Theo, why are you saying all that? Because I'm trying to figure out. See, first of all, Miss Karama Horn, I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do. You did a lot of research. You did. You did. And I don't believe you owe this, me, Queen. I don't. But you know what? You wasn't satisfied with what was written in your lifetime. No, you went back. You went back. You went way back. You went back. You like, I don't know how long it took you to get ready to do this right here, but you did a lot of research. You did a lot of research. And I'm not trying to be petty, but it just makes me wonder, because, you know, folks like to write stuff and publicize stuff and insinuate stuff and everything like that and take pictures of folks and everything like that. I just know you did. I just know you did more. I just know you did more. I know you care more. I just really want to say thank you, because you ain't have to do this. You ain't not only did you not have to do it, you ain't even have to do it to the level that you did it. No, you literally said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I do my damnedest to dot every I and cross every T. And I just want you to know how I feel. Like, I just really want you to know, because you know what? Hold on. You say, Theo, what? No. No, we're gonna call a spade a spade. We're gonna call a spade a spade. We're gonna call a spade a spade. We're gonna do this. No, damn it. No. Just like the sisters held it down in last year's election, damn it, the women that were assigned anything related to Black Panther, damn it, y'all did y'all damn thing. Damn it, let me get the roll call going on real quick. I got Roxanne Gay. Damn right, I got Roxanne Gay. Roxanne Gay right there. Right there. I got Karama Horn. God damn it, I'm gonna give it up to the queens and everything like that. What did Bar say? You the queen of my heart. You play a very big part in me. Damn it. After we got Karama Horn, give it up for Dr. Eve Ewing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Last but not least, Cheryl Lynn Eden. The women been making it do what it was doing. They had consistently. Consistently. You say Theo. No, consistently. 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 Fellas, we got to tighten up. we got to tighten up. And I'm just going to tell you, that story that y'all getting ready to do in Marvel Comics, that ain't it. That's fellas, that's not us tightening up. That's us getting looser and looser with what we doing with this IP. That is not us tightening up. Oh, listen, I'm gonna get back to it, but you see how we got a Wakanda helicarrier? That Wakanda helicarrier existed in Marvel Comics before we got the Black Panther 2. It did. It damn sure did. It was sitting right there, and it's named the Bozeman. Yep, it was flying right over the Atlantic Ocean. Would say Theo, I said it was flying right over the Atlantic Ocean. It was. Yeah, I don't know it. I don't even know what to tell you, because I said it was there. Marvel Comics wrote that it was there, and she telling us it's definitely there because we got more than one. Well, did anybody see a Wakanda helicarrier in Black Panther 2? Did anybody see the Doras jumping out of a Wakanda helicarrier with flight packs? Anybody? Did anybody see it? I'm saying this for a reason. The Wakandan helicarrier, the Bozeman, was in Marvel Comics way before Black Panther 2. It was. She's telling us it's more than one. You know how we keep saying it's supposed to be portrayed as the most advanced technological nation on earth? That's what that is. That is what that is. Well, hell, Marvel Comics knows it. I don't know how many damn times I mentioned it in a video. Name one of the helicarriers to Bozeman. So yes, this was after Chadwick Boseman had passed. It was. It was in an Avengers comic book. Yeah. Phoenix Force was coming down, trying to figure out who they wanted it to be. It chose Echo, just so we clear. It chose Echo. So they ain't got nothing to do with Avengers versus X-Men. That ain't what this is. So I'm seeing a Wakandan helicarrier named the Bozeman before Black Panther 2 come out. You know how I say I'm not the smartest person in the room? I'm not. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, truth be told to you. You can't learn that damn way. I'm trying to be, I want to go to the room where I can level up my knowledge. I don't want to be in the room. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I need to change rooms. That's my mindset. Well, I never thought I was the smartest person. So it always boggled, blew my mind when folks that I was thinking was more intelligent on this than I was acting like they weren't. You'd be like, wait, so you a Black Panther fan? Yeah. And in you being a Black Panther, you're a knowledgeable Black Panther fan? Yeah. And so in you being a knowledgeable Black Panther fan, it made sense to you that they went out there on a barge? Even if you don't like men, it made sense to you that the men were holding the women up with some rope. I'm gonna keep up with these notes, then I'm gonna go on back to what I was doing. I'm gonna go on back to what I was doing. What's going on, Diabolical? I'm gonna go on back to what I was doing. Y'all ain't gonna keep making me feel bad. Anyway. Kenwater Year 3. The third year responsibilities include training of first year initiates and evaluation of first and second year students under supervision of the Iya daughter in addition to an apprenticeship. Third year physical training. This year you will continue martial arts, munitions, hand-to-hand combat, and weapons training. But you will also begin flight training on board the helicarrier as well as wingsuit jumping. This will include high altitude jumping from the helicarrier a few knots out to sea, using a wingsuit to fly to land safely. You will have an experienced Dora with you for the jump. It is one of your year-end tests. Third year apprenticeship. In lieu of mental or wait. So they got telepaths in Wakanda? Second year mental assessment and languages. This is also the year that your fear training levels up. The purpose of this training is not to torture you, but rather to train you to survive it. You will also begin your meta-human combat training with some of the students. Yeah, I needed to read that again. Some of the students at the Wakandan School for Alternative Studies. We usually start with the telepaths because mind control is the most difficult combat control to break. Now let me read this one more time because I don't think we processing this. The Doras train someplace else. You know how we got the Strange Academy? And we got Avengers Academy. It's some stuff that ain't ever made sense to us as Black Panther fans. Well, Theo, what do you mean? That's a nation. That's a nation. It ain't no city. It ain't no town. It's a nation. And we really thinking this nation, we ain't giving it the due that we supposed to, that we should. Theo, what do you mean? So are we really believing T'Challa is the only person over there in that nation with superhuman abilities? That makes about as much sense as it's made that the X gene was avoiding people of color like it was avoiding people of color. Yeah, that ain't never made no damn sense. It can't be just T'Challa. That ain't no mutants besides Gentle being born in Wakanda. Ain't nobody else coming across those superhuman abilities in Wakanda. Because this says that the Doras, they going over to the Wakanda School for Alternative Studies for metahuman combat training. That's what it said. That's what she wrote. Makes sense. And they start off with telepathy. Okay, well, I don't think that's now. Stay with me now. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Because we know these cats went to the resurrection altar and they got altered. But who's to say Baron Macabre or King Cadaver or Salamander, they didn't start off with superhuman abilities? Who's to say they didn't? We got Cantu. We had two of them. But we got Cantu sitting right there in the mute zone. Can anybody explain how he doing what he doing? And what would Casper Cole be doing right now? Because he did take a synthetic version of the heart-shaped herb. Isn't he a superhuman? Metahuman in Wakanda right now? Well, who else in Wakanda is a metahuman? Because that's a whole nation. It's a whole nation. And since Wakandans have graduated past this whole mutant thing, right? Gentle should actually be in Wakanda. He should be in Wakanda right now, and he should be at the, make sure I say this again, the Wakandan School for Alternative Study. That's where Gentle should be. He should be being right there. Matter of fact, all Wakandan superhumans should be right there. Low key, Shorty should be a part of that school. Not as a student. Tosin, not to be confused with Toussaint. Tosin should be going to that school. MCU Wakanda's. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Kamoyo. MCU Wakanda. It definitely ain't what we got going on here. That said, I'm going back. Just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. In lieu of mental or linguistics training, your third year will include an apprenticeship with a Dora Milaje unit. The purpose is to put all of your mental skills, assessment, critical thinking, improvisation, languages, and interpretations to practical use. At the end of the year, you will be evaluated by the unit you have been working with. Third year spiritual and herb training. You'll expand on your knowledge from the first 2 years and learn field medic and herbal training healing techniques. This will also include extensive Adi Kamoyo bead training. You must become proficient in treating everything from stab and gunshot wounds to fire and taser burns. You will also learn advanced meditation techniques from one of Zaravar's acolytes. Zaravar. Kenwada, year 4. First year responsibilities include teaching one first year class or creating an apprenticeship for a third year. Topics to be determined at the end of year three, as well as evaluation of first and second year initiates with an ear daughter present. The entirety of your fourth year will be spent preparing for your graduation. You will have an evaluation at the start of the year to give you a clear picture of where you need to improve. You must also create and present a final project demonstrating your skills in any of the areas of study. Past examples have included a universal translator, creation of new Komoyo beads, new medicinal uses for vibranium, etc. If your project is good enough, they might place you with that unit, Anika. And that's it. That is it. We've covered the honor of the Dora Milaje. Next up, we'll be covering the Dora Milaje departments and ranks, guard units, airborne units, support staff units, specialist teams, satellite organizations, graduating Dora placements. I'll be taking pictures and putting them up on the channel, just sharing the pictures and everything like that for our upcoming read. Make sure you have your notifications on. Once again, to Miss Karama Horn, thank you. Keep up with these notes. Diabolical said, what did he say? Kamoyo say that's fine. I said it. Grand Madam is greeting folks. So, do we have any questions? What we covered here tonight, the Kenwada Life, the Upanga campus, where the campus is bigger than the city per se, because the campus takes up the city. We covered the code of conduct, campus rooms, first year attire, right? We covered that. We covered the hair cutting ceremony. We covered that. We now that the Dora Milaje, the tattoos that they wear aren't just tattoos. We already knew that there was some meaning to them. We did, but we did not know that their tattoos were also where their rank structure. We didn't know that. We did not know. I didn't. I'm gonna say I didn't know that they wore them other places than their head. Not only do they wear them other places on their head, but if they do not have a tattoo on their body, they have the tattoo on a piece of cloth that they keep near them. What I found interesting was there's vibranium in the ink. Or at least that's what the doors are told. And I want us to think about the storytelling involved in that in and of itself. What that could entail. Because what are we looking at? Well, who all do we know that has vibranium tattooed on their body? Let's just think about that for a second. Well, we know Gentle got vibranium tattoos on his body. He no longer needs them. He no longer needs them to regulate his abilities, but Gentle has them. What's going on, Diabolical? What's going on? And Tosin has vibranium markings on his body, does he not? And we all see how vibranium has interacted with their abilities. With Theo, what are you getting at? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and hey, if you like it, I love it. You picking up what I'm getting ready to say, that's cool. I'm gonna say what I said again. Gentle had vibranium tattoos on his body to help regulate his abilities. He no longer needs them. Gene fixed that a long time ago, so Gentle could go ham if he want to. Tosin, they don't call them tattoos per se, but his tribe does have vibranium markings. They use vibranium, like they mark themselves with vibranium. Basically, they do what the Qs do. And if you're a Q dog, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what they do. And we know how the vibranium interacts with their abilities. So you telling me there could be vibranium in the ink that the Doors use for their tattoos? And we know how vibranium interacts, right? But Theo, can you go ahead and say it? I don't believe anybody should be running up on a door. Unless you got something going on with you, unless you're a superhuman, because Karama just low-key hinted at is that the Doors, okay, aside from the fact that they Doors, they got something else going on with them. Like, these ain't just your run-of-the-mill warriors. Aside from every damn thing else they got going on, it's a possibility that they could have vibranium tattoos on them. I just think that's a little bit more icing on the cake, is what I'm saying. I just that adds something to it. Like, they was already where they was. And so now I'm like, okay, so how does the vibranium tattoos interact with them when they fighting? Because they already proficient fighters. Does it make them more proficient? They already don't miss. Like, does this guarantee that not only do they not miss, but they throwing with more force than what they would that Lord Jesus have mercy. So Theo, what you saying? I just think Adora is stronger. And I already thought they were stronger than the average. I already thought they were stronger than the average woman. Right. Well, now I'm thinking it's a little bit more to it. Like if I don't the most terrifying Black Widow we got is the Red Widow, right? Not the white one, not the black one, the red one. She run with them folks. The October Guard, right. Well, I don't think she won't Adora. Not based on that. It's quite a few wild moments. I had to come share this with y'all this evening because it's quite a few wild moments in here with that right there. The daughter is stronger than the U.S. agent. Art there is you know what? Well, see, they was definitely manhandling him, pun intended, before he took the super soldier serum. But I don't necessarily. So if I'm looking at, because the dude is one dude, he just, so if I'm looking at the Doors right now and I'm thinking about tier, see, this is when I need to be talking to my brother Daryl. If I'm looking at tier, right, I would be putting the Doors right up there with triathlon. Yep. I'd be putting them, I'd be putting them, what say, he is strong as three men put together. as fast as I put them right on up there. Not up there with Cap. Not up there with T'Challa. No, I ain't doing that. But you don't want that smoke. Like, I can see a dude walking in the gym with some doors hitting the weights, and he just feel intimidated because he be trying to figure out how she doing that. It be the details for me. It be the details for me. Oh, okay. What y'all say? Y'all say Natalie took a form of the super soldier serum? All right, okay. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. That ain't how that always was. It wasn't. She was just a regular old human. But you felt like you had to justify why she was always fighting with the big fellas and everything like that. Okay, well, I just read what Karama Horn got. I did. In essence, I don't want to see no Dora lose no fight with no Black Widow. I don't. Bet not. bet not. In essence, when Io said move or you will be moved, I believe that a whole lot more right now. Move or you was gonna get moved. Io got a tattoo. It's safe to say that ain't the only one. Okay, well, I'm of the mindset the more vibranium tattoos you get, the better you are. That's how I'm interpreting this. The high toots were going to have vibranium as well. Spoiler alert. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna use the famous words made by the Queen. I can't call him president, but anyway, you on his face. Salute to you, Diabolical. Salute to you. What's going on, King Cam? What's going on? Oh man, my brother. I wanted to make sure you pulled up tonight because I wanted to make sure you get this knowledge and everything like that and pass it to the queens over there to your channel and everything like that. The Doras. Tattoos that they have. Word on the street is, per Karama Horn, they got vibranium in the ink that they use for their tattoos. And that they don't have just one. They don't. They don't. And that their tattoos are their rank insignia. Yeah. And Doors know how to speak. Oh my goodness. Let's look back at this again. Doors have to learn a minimum. You're gonna love this, big dog. Doors have to learn a minimum of 7 languages. You ready? Wakanda, Xhosa, Hausa, Arabic, Yoruba, English, Igbo, Mandarin, Swahili, and Korean. They got to learn 7 of them. 7. They got to learn 7 of them. 7. And the elective languages, Cantonese, Hebrew, Japanese, Twi, spelled Twi, French, Farsi, Spanish, Amharic. I did not know what that Amharic, and Portuguese. Yeah, they get trained how to not only fly, watch this, fly a Wakanda helicarrier. Did you see a Wakanda helicarrier? Do you see? Not only do they get trained on how to fly a Wakanda helicarrier, but they also get trained on how to jump out of a Wakanda helicarrier with their wingsuits. You see a Wakanda helicarrier? Did you know it's a Wakanda helicarrier named the Bozeman in Marvel Comics? How How did they get out in the ocean again in Black Panther 2? Did you see the Doras? Did you see them fly a helicarrier, let alone jump out of one? Or did you see them tied to a barge? Well, actually, they were on a barge tied to the Jabari tribe. On a barge. The most technologically advanced nation on earth fought the Talokans in the ocean, floating on a barge with humans tied to one another. They were special forces for real. Yeah. Oh, King Can Oja. What? Yeah. Yeah. All that. Well, man, I'm gonna get on up out of here and everything like that. We're gonna bring this back. This was our Protectors of Wakandans. We want to make sure this is something, this book by Karama Horn, something I wanted for my daughters, something that I wanted to be able to share with the women that are Black Panther fans and everything like that. Might not have access to it, but yeah, this is a series of videos. We're gonna be bringing it on back when we pick it back up. We make sure you got your notifications on. We're gonna pick it back up with the department and ranks of the Dora Milaje, the guard units, the airborne units, the support staff units, the special teams, the satellite organizations, and the graduating Dora replacements. We're gonna get into the Panthers court. We're gonna get into the Panthers court, absolutely. And that will finish up chapter 2 before we get into chapter 3. So make sure you got your notifications on. Once again, this has been a blast. I like doing this with y'all. I hope y'all like it as much as I do. I get something out of this. I hope you get something out of it too. That said, till next time, in the meantime, in between time, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you saw the Green Lantern video with John Stewart in the comic books, I don't know how that happened, but it ain't got but one like. So if y'all go back, you ain't hit the like button, hit the like button on that and everything like that. But till next time, have them notifications, make sure you got them on, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We're going to come to you with some more Black superhero content and everything like that. Definitely some superhero content, some Black Panther content. We're going to do that. But in the meantime, in memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman, till next time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and soul. We out.